Good afternoon, Robert Perry. It is September 15th, 2014. I'm particularly taking up your time today on YouTube to talk about net neutrality. Robert Scott Perry, Portsmouth, Rhode Island. I'm a write-in candidate for Senate. I want to replace Jack Reed in the U.S. Senate in 2014. November 4th is voting day. Robert Scott Perry, write-in candidate to replace Jack Reed. Now, there are so many things to talk about that I start a day, sometimes at 6 a.m., and have a thought of what I want to talk about, and by noon there are 10 different ideas. But today's choice came from the world. There are demonstrations all over the country for net neutrality. People ask me all the time. I think I started this year by saying net neutrality or death. It might sound first of all, a little bit of plagiarism, of course. There being a famous quote that I think goes like this: "Give me liberty or give me death." That's how basic net neutrality is. I said it, I meant it. It's that important. If what you see now on the internet is interesting, I want you to imagine that it all of a sudden becomes one big supermarket circular, because whatever you see now that's interesting will soon be only the Walmart version or the Acme version, or whoever paid the best price to own that space that you happen to be on the internet. Now, of course, the more money you spend, the better the product is that you'll buy, because that's how the world works. That's why with television and telephone we all get the same signal. And with the telephone, you can call the same number of people as the person next to you. We all have the same access to the same system. Otherwise, it would be totally unfair. People would pay extra, their phone would work good, you'd pick up your telephone paying the normal price, and you wouldn't be able to get through. There'd be no line. Well, that's what they're going to do with the internet. You're going to turn on the internet, and instead of you getting what you ask for, you're getting what they pay for. So Walmart buys the search engine that tells you about hardware stores. You go search for a hardware store, and instead of getting Joe's Hardware, you get Joe's Walmart hardware window. And they talk to you on the internet as though they're Joe's Hardware, and they're not. They're Walmart. Whoever has the money to pay in an unequal net access, okay, to, of course, a lack of net neutrality is the words that are confusing us. So let's put it very simply. It is just like the freedom of speech. It is the freedom of the internet. We are allowed to speak at equal volume to our neighbor, and with equal access to the oxygen it takes to speak the words. We can type them, we can put them on the internet, we can say them on a radio, to a radio announcer, to a television announcer. We have freedom of speech. If they take the internet and it is not equal, and what you pay for is what you get to send, then instead of there being a free internet like now, and you get to choose to turn me off because you really don't care about the internet, okay, is it still on? You're free to do that only because the net is neutral. If they kill net neutrality, then you get to see